Welcome back. This past week, we aired a two-part series called Our Elected Leaders. Andrew Scheinfeld taking us into the Capitol Hill offices of Senator Susan Collins and Angus King. And here's an exclusive look at Senator Susan Collins.
She's one of the most powerful women in American politics, and she works for you. Susan Collins is Maine's third female U.S. Senator, carrying on the legacy of Margaret Chase Smith and Olympia Snowe, from Caribou all the way to Washington, D.C.
I've always known that Susan Collins was a really hard worker. I mean, I knew that when I was governor. She's famous for being just ferocious on issues.
Though elected to the U.S. Senate in 1996, Collins first garnered widespread recognition when she ran for Maine governor in 1994 against a familiar face. And it didn't exactly go her way.
I got absolutely clobbered in the general election by Angus King, who is now the junior senator from Maine.
But that 94 gubernatorial campaign prepared Collins for the rigors of politics and being a woman in it. To this day, Collins recalls the words of a young banker she met on the trail.
I agree with your position on virtually every issue, but I just can't imagine a woman running the state of Maine.
Over her 16 years on Capitol Hill, Collins has grappled with difficult issues, but the toughest decision, she says, voting not to impeach President Bill Clinton. It was February of 1999.
And it was very difficult for me to separate out my personal anger at him and instead apply the constitutional standard of whether or not he was guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors.
But it's now 2013. She's Maine's senior senator, and her longtime colleague Olympia Snowe is gone. In her place, an independent. Collins says the two kept in touch via email over the years. Now their communication even faster.
I joke that the only people who send me texts are Angus King and my nieces and nephews.
King and Collins setting a standard of closeness and cooperation under the Capitol Rotunda.
I love our joint letterhead for the press releases, and I think that is fairly unusual.
Unusual indeed, seeing two lawmakers who don't always see eye to eye collaborating.
To the extent that we can work together, it can be a force multiplier, as we like to say at DOD.
Plenty of times, Collins finds herself in the middle, a broker between Republicans and Democrats, and it's that centrism and independence that has led Maine voters of both parties and no party to keep Susan Collins in the world's most powerful legislature for nearly 2 decades.
And many thanks to Andrew Scheinfeld for that exclusive, expansive report this week.